How it was taught. What do you think?
Oh, it was taught in a very complete style from beginning to end and repeated, so much so that as a teacher it was very easy to just spit it back because it was in our head, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And even the teachers' counts were ringing back in your head. They sing here in India when they count. So when I started teaching, I started singing. And I've never been a singer before. Anyone else?
It's very structured. It's very easy to learn the different asanas because they're taught in a very structured way. And in a very pleasant way. Yes.
And also, you don't have to be perfect in every asana. Because obviously you try to be perfect, but they do give you modifications so that if you haven't practiced yoga for many years, it's good.
That's a very good point.
And it's amazing how flexible you become in 1 month.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I mean, there's asanas or postures that you may have tried back in your own home country, but 1 month here, you know, by showing the correct way to do it and giving step-by-step ways and encouragement.
And doing 4 hours of yoga a day helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I know when I arrived here, I couldn't even touch my toes at 6:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? But the development and the way we've moved on over that 4-week period has just been amazing, absolutely fantastic.
And
that's down to the teaching. It's got to be down to the teaching. It's that logical, that sequential way of teaching, where you warm your body up first, you move into a posture in a very, very controlled manner, and out of it, more importantly. I mean, there's been people who've been sick on the course, but no, I don't think anybody's been actually injured, have they? Nobody's hurt themselves, and that's a credit to the teachers, because it's so easy to just push yourself that little bit too far.
And most of us are going to continue practicing at 5 a.m. and that says a lot about the way the classes were here. They were great. Yeah.
Okay. I think the biggest thing that I learned about the asanas here was that you actually have to relax into them. And that was a big change in the way I thought about asanas. For me, it was always like you have to feel a little bit of pain and just hold on for as long as you can. And I think, as everyone else would agree, you definitely see how much further you're able to develop in your own personal practice when you actually do relax and when you actually hold the asanas for a longer period of time. And that was great to see that it was so structured. You hold it for a few seconds the first day, and the next day a little bit longer, the next day a little bit longer, as opposed to, all right, this is the new asana, you're going to hold it for 5 minutes and just see if you can do it. And I think just changing the way you think about asanas, change the way you're doing them, the results were really, really good.
So tell me something about pranayama, what you did here.
We made a lot of funny sounds. No, I'm sorry, you can edit that out.
Well, I didn't really have very much of an idea what the breathing technique were before I came, but you can understand the relationship to have along with the asanas, you know, and the importance it is in the class as well to teach it. It's not all about postures and how flexible your body is. It truly, and it just gets your mind ready for the practice. It's really important. I've learned a lot through that.
Yeah, and I think all the theory lessons that we had as well, because every day you have theory lessons, and we had a lot of theory lessons that were related to pranayama and kundalini and all these things, so then when you get to class and you actually start practicing the actual breathing exercises, then it all starts to make sense. It's good.
And in this type of an environment, this sort of professional environment, you can actually feel the benefits of pranayama. It's all very well going to a gym and going to a yoga class and doing some fast breathing at the end of the class. You don't appreciate what it is it's doing for you, but in this environment you certainly do. You start to feel the benefits.
I was gonna say? Oh yes. So when you see the schedule and it looks very hectic and there's a lot of things happening, pranayama is one of the exercises, one of the techniques that gave me a lot of energy. So you'll learn how to do that.
And we learn such a wide variety of pranayama, maybe 8 or 10 or 12. Start again. Which all made us feel fully oxygenated. I mean, it's a demanding schedule. We get up early, we go to bed at varying hours, and I personally felt caffeinated, without caffeine, of course, because it's natural, fully oxygenating the brain. And we did bandhas as well, and the combination of those two made me feel fully alive and fully healthy. So it was a great variety that and that everybody here hopes to continue with.
Yeah.
And teach to their new classes.
And they're not difficult. You can do it.
Okay, pranayama. It was very interesting for me because I've been doing pranayama techniques for a while, but generally in a class situation we would just do one. So it was nice that they combined a variety of pranayamas and just to feel the effects, the cooling ones and the heating ones, and just to see how they do complement one another. And I like the fact that they did the breathing exercises to prepare you for the pranayama as opposed to just sort of jumping straight in and having to try and do them. The other thing I thought that was really well done was the attention they gave to the bandhas and to Udiyana Bandha, and how important linking that up with the pranayama practice, because I think a lot of people see them as two totally separate things. So that was quite useful. And just in terms of the teaching style, again, they really do put a lot of emphasis on doing every single technique correctly, whereas before it was like, okay, Udiyana Bandha, pull your navel in, and that's about it. Whereas here they really broke it down systematically, and you understood what it is you were doing, and most importantly why you were doing it, what the effects were on the body and the pranic systems. So that just helped you.
He's doing some pranayama right now.
It's like
That's really
special pranayama.